Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Kelly here.
Nikki here.
And this video is going to be about beautiful books and beautiful quotes from books. Maybe the quotes don't even have to be beautiful, because some of the quotes that I'm going to share are actually just like...
They're just quotes that need to be heard.
Yeah, quotes that I really liked. And so, who wants to start?
I'll start. These books are just super beautiful, so I don't have any quotes coming from them, but they are gorgeous on my shelf.
Pretty. I only have one or two of these.
So this is the Colleen Oakes is the author. Blood of Wonderland is the first one.
And we haven't read them, but I do believe Micah has read the first one.
Yes. And look at these. So, not visually beautiful, but just these words on them.
Princess Warrior Queen.
I am just so obsessed. So then you have Queen of Hearts is the second one. Princess Warrior Queen. So I love how each one is, okay, this is the first one. Princess
because the
Warrior is gold.
Okay.
And then War of Cards
this
is the
beautiful.
last one.
Why haven't we read all these books we have? What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
We're not fast enough. We must get faster.
And just look, even the dust jackets are just absolutely insane.
You know what I love about older books too is the tanning of the pages.
I do too.
I just love that.
So this book, I really
know I think she got this one off a Book Outlet.
How do you know? Probably.
The Black Mark.
Is that one I want?
Nope. Is that
I
one?
don't know.
For some reason, every book I have from Book Outlet has a black mark. Have you ordered books from Book Outlet before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
So I'm really excited to read this book, because I love the Queen of Hearts. Even the Heartless ripped out my heart. But
I want to remember the Queen as making lemon tarts. And I don't want to read any
and
other.
So happy and
I don't want to read any other Queen books just because I love her so much in that book series.
I feel like this would be kind of that too. It shows us why she is the way she is.
Like maybe this is what happened after. like what happens after Heartless.
Oh yeah. Heartless.
Heartless destroyed me. Even going in, we knew.
We knew
she would end up bad. We knew.
We knew it was going to be treacherous, guys.
It didn't help us.
Did we listen? No.
Didn't help us at all.
Didn't stray us away.
Okay, so the first pretty book that I'm bringing to the table, actually, I don't even have a cover for. I don't even remember buying this book. So, I literally have bookshelves in almost every room in my house except the bathroom. That would be ridiculous.
No, wait a minute.
So I was kind of perusing.
Just wait. In a year, she'll have bookshelves in the bathroom.
No, they'll get damaged.
Oh, yeah.
But the dampness.
They'll get, like, wet and moist. And...
So I was perusing my shelves, and what caught my eye, you all know that I am a twihard, right?
Oh, man, speaking of, I saw a shirt yesterday at Hot Topic that made me think of you, and it had Edward on it, and it said, I like my Minda Sparkle.
I like my Minda Sparkle. It's super fun. Casey doesn't really care for it, but whatevs. So I found this book. It's the Twilight Saga, the official illustrated guide, a companion to the #1 best-selling series. So I thought, what is that? I don't even remember buying this book. Guys,
look how pretty it is.
This is amazing. So it's going to have like a bio on every character in the book. We've got art. Look at this book. I can't even. We've got family trees. Look at this. There's this one section I wanted to mark. Look. International Cover Gallery.
What?
Yes. So look at this. Czech
God.
Republic, Denmark, France.
How did you say that? Czech Republic.
Is it the Czech? I said Czech. I don't know what I said, girl. I'll pronounce it as it looks. Czech
Republic.
Look at those. I can't even. And then like Germany, Indonesia. Look at
Gosh,
those.
that is so pretty.
I can't with this
Why
book.
Why don't we collect other books or
Look at
favorite
this.
books in other countries?
Korea, Russia.
Why do these countries get better covers than we do too?
I don't know how this works. I imagine that it's cheaper to buy the print and then print it in your own country versus ordering tons of books.
Because, like, the German of A Court of Thorns and Roses is gorgeous.
Look at Korea's. Good Lord. If I could have Korea's covers, I would so just die. Oh, my God. Korea! You did it!
You go, Korea.
Go, Korea. Oh, Thailand.
Ooh.
Why does Thailand only get 3 books?
Poor Thailand.
They didn't get to know what happens in the end.
They got no closure, Thailand.
Look, outtakes.
Oh, that's cool.
This book, look at this, Mary Alice Brandon Cullen.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe this is the book where I got the story about Alice. Remember, I've told you guys about the story about Alice? And I don't remember where I read it, but that Alice was in an insane asylum, and then James, the hunter from the first book, was like triggered because Alice was there and he hunted her previously. Oh, look at Rosalie, Lillian Hale. Okay, we could go through this for hours. I'm not going to put you through it. I am going to be going through it, though. I didn't know I had this book. Oh, God.
It is so pretty.
I wish I knew what the cover looks like. I must have bought it at like a sale or
You should
something.
look it up.
I will.
Well, we got our quotes coming.
Okay. Is that it? Is it still my turn? Okay.
I just got one quote.
Okay, what's your quote from?
My quote is from Villains Are Made. So I just read this book. And it's fabulous. So this one is by Alta Hensley.
Oh, that is a pretty book. Is this the book you read with Misty?
Yeah, well, she hasn't gotten to it yet.
Okay.
This book is triggering. Just FYI, there are triggers.
Which, Nikki, do like to read those kind of books.
No, I'm talking like, we're not talking like blood triggers or anything. There's no self-harm. There's nothing like that. I'm talking like abuse, neglection.
Doesn't sound great.
Sexual.
That does not sound fun.
So, I rated this book only like 3 stars. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I read through it very quickly. It was a very fast-paced read. But I'm stuck on the fact that this guy put you through all of this stuff, and then in 2 days you are in love with him and you forgave him. Like, and now they have a happy ending. I don't know.
Oh, it sounds like, ew.
Yeah. I have enough emotional trauma in my life from men that I know that that's not even a thing.
Well, why did you finish it? I'm curious. Like, why do you do that?
I don't know, but then it left me on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I don't even want to open the second book. Like,
who cares?
So,
if you want, I'll just make something up. He dies the end.
Oh, that's great.
And she meets a nice guy.
But it did have a weird twist to it. But anyways, I rated it 3 stars, but there were a lot of awesome quotes in it. And so this one I really loved, and it says, "I'm not needing saving. I happen to like the villain in the story. He's just misunderstood."
Why have you said that 5 million times?
Every time we talk about a villain that I love, I say that he's misunderstood.
Ew.
Because they are.
Now
except for the one in that book. He was just really fucked up.
Now I need to go wash my hands. I feel like I didn't even touch the book.
So, Misty said she's going to read it. And I told Misty, I was like, just beware. Because there's some...
I don't understand. I don't understand the lure of it. Because... And maybe it's because I'm borderline feminist. Maybe I should just start telling people I'm feminist. Maybe that's what this is.
Yeah, I think you should remove the borderline.
Yeah, maybe. I don't get it. When I'm not that person, I don't understand why women go for the bad boys. I did do it, but I never liked it.
I mean, I can't even answer
I didn't know.
I have no idea what's intriguing about them to me, other than they're sexy.
It's that you think you can save them.
You think you can change or that you are worth them changing for.
Yeah, but you
never are.
You never will.
Never. You will never change a bad boy. Except for Rune Danon in Crescent City.
Rune wasn't bad.
He's not bad, but it's
Rune Danon.
He's a rebel. He's not
bad.
No, he's not bad, but he has that bad boy vibe.
He has a party vibe.
He rebels against his dad. He's
for good reason.
Yeah,
Rune is not
he's
a good
party.
example. No, Rune wasn't a good example.
In high school, he would be the bad boy.
Just because he had the haircut and the piercings.
As for book, he's not a villain.
Yeah,
he's a bad boy.
He's
He's a bad boy,
tattooed,
not a
really.
villain.
He's a party boy. He's
He has
tattooed and
piercings, he's tatted, he parties. He's a
On
bad
the
boy,
feminist
not a
talk,
villain.
not that I'm gonna, do that. I'm not gonna go on a rant or anything. I'm gonna talk about Stephen King's Sleeping Beauties with his son Owen King. First of all, beautiful. I have this. I ordered this on Thrift Books, so I got an old library book, which is so super cool. Look at that.
Oh, that is awesome.
Discard. Whatevs. That's so wrong. But anyways, I still love it that it's from a library. This book is beautiful. I wish I could show it a little bit better. And I'm going to tell you about some quotes in this story. So imagine it. You're living in a small town, and it could be this day and age. You're living in a small town. Things are normal. And then all of a sudden, as the women start falling asleep, they start, like a web, like a cocoon starts going around them. Like, even if they're laying there, because later the women figure out what's going on and they're trying not to go to sleep and they're getting sleepy, the cobwebs start wrapping around them. And if you try to remove them, the women become extremely volatile and like violent. Okay, and will kill you.
Stephen King is like a mastermind.
He is so amazing. So,
like, who would have ever thought about something like that for a story?
You could go super deep with this book. You could take this book and break it apart, because what's going to happen is, in this town, all the women have fallen asleep. You've got politics. You've got... I'm going to read some quotes from this story, but you could really dissect this. What happens in a world where the women leave? What's going to happen and this is just a town. And if you read like
so
Under
it's not
the
happening
Dome,
in the world. It's just this one town.
And there you could break this down so far as to even bring in religion, because there's a magic tree, there's a snake. There's one female in the town that does not go to sleep, and her name is Evie.
No, that's a coincidence.
So you could really break this down. I definitely felt the impact of it, and I was surprised by it, just because I've read a lot of Stephen King books, and when I read his books, I don't always get a vibe that he's like, I'm not saying he's a chauvinist. I don't pick up on a vibe that he's for the woman. Now, he's not mean. He doesn't talk about like hating women. And then we've got the girl who loved Tom Gordon. That's not what I'm saying. But for me, I could tell that there was another influence like Owen King. But a lot of people say that this is just Stephen King going back to his roots. Let me read you some of these quotes. So we got small town, we've got politics, all the women are going to sleep. And so I'm going to read you some quotes from this book that are just amazing.
I already got chills, dude.
It's so good. It's such a good book, guys. Another part of getting older, you forget what you wanted to remember and remember what you wanted to forget. Another quote. That was one way in which the sexes have never been equal. They were not equally dangerous.
Oh, I just got goosies on that one.
Yeah. That was the hurtful, and this is hard. This is hard. That was the hurtful part of motherhood, not being able to fix what you couldn't understand. Another one. This one's good too. People loved their pets often with a degree of openness they couldn't allow themselves to express toward other people.
Cool.
I know, that's a good one too. This is the one I shared in our last video. There is no gravity. The earth just sucks. I love that quote. And this one's an interesting one. And this one is really like kind of a summoning of what happens when all the women, essentially fell asleep in this town. It was funny when you thought about it. What were all those men rioting about? What did they think they could accomplish? Maura wondered if there would have been riots if it had been the other half of the human race who were falling asleep. She thought it unlikely.
I feel like if all the men fell asleep, the girls would just have the most peaceful time of their lives.
So that's another part of this book, is that when they go to sleep, they go somewhere else. And it's like another realm of the same town. and they build a beautiful, peaceful existence. And another thing that is interesting, and I want to say, and it's been years since I read this, but I want to say a young boy also died during this situation, and he also went.
to that room.
Yeah.
I just see these, like, all these women in this peaceful realm now, building this, you know, cohabitating with each other, building this town, and the men over here, like, not figuring out how to do laundry, not knowing how
But
to,
that's like the small
take
part.
care of the children. You know what I mean, though? Like,
Yeah.
they're over here, like, just full-blown panic, and we're over here gardening.
Yeah, we've built
and
a whole entire
reading.
world, and it didn't take them long. Like, they immediately realized what had happened, and immediately took their talents and what they could do to survive
And you
in
know,
this
like,
other world.
if it was the other way around, the men would all be fighting who was in charge
And
first.
that's what happened.
They would have done all this
That's
first.
what happened. We got wars. They started
Yeah.
fighting. There were shootouts. Here's another quote.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite quote. The mothers will, the wives, the daughters. Who do you think cleans up these battlefields after the shooting stops?
Gosh. That's no joke.
This is a legit book.
I
so
want to
I've
read
got
this
goosebumps.
now. I
Yeah.
have goosebumps too.
This book is legit, and it's a good hard look at, like, what would happen if all the women fell asleep. Another thing that's really crazy about this, and some of Stephen King's books that I like, also Dean Koontz, is that it's just, there's a quote. It says it somewhere that what makes, I took a screenshot of it really quick. Last one, I promise. If a fantasy novel is to be believable, the detail underpinning it must be realistic. So, like, it's just a normal world, and then all of a sudden the women go to sleep and they start cocooning. Like, it's just a hint of, like, oh, this tree just shows up in this town. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then a dark force just comes in. It's like normal everyday life, and then all of a sudden your mom goes to sleep and she doesn't wake up and she's cocooned like a moth, and it's just, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I recommend it. 10 stars.
I'm so intrigued.
I know, yeah. It's a honker, man.
That's
it's
a big
700
boy.
pages, I think.
You got some commitment issues you gotta get through, but
we like
that
them.
sounds legit.
702 pages. Oh no, that's the author's
It's like
note.
Sarah J. Maas all over again, guys.
There it is. This is where it is. If a fantasy novel is to be believable, the details underpinning it must be realistic. We had plenty of help with those details while writing Sleeping Beauties, and we are enormously grateful. And so before you leave, here's a tip of our Red Sox caps to some of those who helped us find our way. And so then that's kind of like the author's note. Morning. Oh God, this is such a good book. Just okay, I'm gonna stop. The last book I'm going to show is just this beautiful book that Nikki got me for Christmas one year. It's just Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales.
And it's beautiful.
It is so beautiful. Look at the
There's
silver.
like illustrations in it.
The silver. Oh God, look at that. I just love it. It's just
I had
beautiful.
the Little Mermaid song stuck in my head all day yesterday at work, and I was like, I want to be where the people are not. I want to be.
I don't really want to see them dancing,
Dancing.
walking along on those, what do they call them? Oh, streets. This is great,
I
guys.
just remixed the whole thing. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Making these drinks for people who don't care.
You don't need pop, it's bad for you. Go the other way.
Subway's just right there.
Subway's right there. Walmart also near. You can go uptown and have yourself a beer.
Netflix, come get us. We need a show right now.
Okay, we're done.
No, but seriously.
That's it.
I have to dye my hair tonight.
Oh, what color are you going to do? Black?
Probably, because that'll be the easiest to cover.
Yeah. I need to dye my hair too. Look at all this gray.
I had an interview the other day, and she said, so we can't do green hair. And I was like, I'll dye it. It's fine.
It's not natural.
She's like, we can't do this. And I was like, it's not even real.
It's not even real?
It was real, because I really did stab it in me. But
She said it's not even real. Like,
I did tell her that. I was like, it's not even real.
Yeah.
So last night, me in the bathroom at like midnight.
pliers in
with
one
pliers
hand.
in one hand and wire cutters in this. And I'm like this.
Get out there, you little fella. Come on.
And then finally, I was like,
There it is.
So yeah, Tristan at Sensation scolded me,
I bet she did too. I bet she did.
but she told me that I wasn't her worst piercing story. I was like, oh, I bet I'm not. Like, this is
Here's
amateur.
the deal. I just know. I just remember when she did it, when she was like pushing it in, just
Yeah, so I
piercing
just
it.
took one of those fake ones, and every 2 days I'd let it heal, and I'd push it in a little further, and then a couple days later, and then finally, boop, it went all the way through, and I could turn it.
That's awful. That's just.
But then it got
horrible.
all bent, and so then I couldn't pull it out because I had to pull it out at weird angles.
Yeah, and so turn to the side so that people can see. That's all she's got, just that
Yeah.
tiny little red bump.
I
Hopefully,
did it last night, so it's still
hopefully
kind
it'll
of
just
tender.
heal. Maybe take some antibiotics just for samesies.
I put some Neo on it.
little Neosporin, just pretty
fine.
regularly. Yeah,
Whatever.
it's fine.
Yeah, Tyler was like, "Mom, I'm glad you got rid of it. I don't want it to get infected anymore." I was like, "It was only a couple times. It's fine."
Why is that 9-year-old smarter than us? Is he 9?
Mom, you need. He's
nine.
almost 9.
He's
Mom,
almost
you
9.
need to take that out. It's infected. I was like, "Well, I can't take it out now. I've already gone through the infection."
Oh my god! If I come back out, it'll come back. I'm already past it. I gotta keep going. It's like that pig on Toy Story with a remote.
Yeah.
I can't go back. I've gone too far. That's the story of my life. It's too late. I gotta keep
It's fine. Everything's fine. There's mugs that go together, and one of them says it's fine, and then the other one says everything's fine.
going. All right, we better get out of here. We got stuff to do today.
Yeah. All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.